is NBA Fast Break.
And right off the tip, the champs streaking toward the top of the West. An 8th straight win would put the Spurs first in the conference. Yao Ming has decided to take the surgery option on his fractured foot. Yao will go into the night Monday. He will not be back this NBA season. Plus, this 50-footer wasn't the only big shot Andre Iguodala dropped on the Suns tonight. We'll show you what else fell for Philly in Phoenix. Hope you're having a great weekend. Glad you could be here for NBA Fast Break with Rick Carlisle and Jalen Rose. I am Matt Weiner. Always a good idea to start with the world champs. The Spurs, having won 7 straight, in position to take over first place in the Western Conference. Seems like every day it's a different team moving up. Spurs had their opportunity tonight. They began the night in Milwaukee. Tony Parker and the Spurs lost 3 of their last 5 to the Bucks, however. Tim Duncan to Parker, lay-in, Parker healthy, Spurs better.
Healthy and returning to form in terms of his conditioning and his shot making.
Michael Redd can make shots. He had 25. The Bucks are up by 10. But Manu Ginobili does things only Manu Ginobili seemingly can do.
And when you come up and show him Manu Ginobili, you got to understand he wants to split the pick, gets all the way to the basket, finishes and one.
With the offhand, he had 30, fourth quarter. Charlie Bell, after it rattled around for the rebound, takes it all the way. Crazy English, Bucks up 1. Next possession, Spurs down 1. Who's going to have the ball in his hands? You know it's going to be Ginobili.
And
pump fake and got it.
And he's a tremendous scorer. He didn't try to get the foul on that play. He wanted the 2 points.
Bucks down 2. Michael Redd toward the rim. Always a good idea. He's fouled. Great idea because he's an 84% free throw shooter, except clang.
What had happened was...
Oh, goodness. So now he's got to miss, which you guys know is tough. Bogut got it back. Point blank look to win it, or at least tie it, I should say. All he got was glass.
And in 1.3 seconds, maybe he can bring it down, gather, and go up.
Maybe. Maybe he could. Doesn't matter because he didn't. Sausage. Spurs win their 8th in a row. They've taken 12 of their last 13. They're the second Western Conference team to reach 40 victories on the season. Sixers and Shaquille O'Neal's Phoenix Suns, 6th game in Suns uniform, just 8 points and 7 boards. He had some foul trouble early. Andre Iguodala played his college ball at Arizona, and he certainly looked comfortable in this one. This is Grant Hill with 2.5 seconds left in the third quarter. The Suns are up by 1. That lead would last about 2.5 seconds.
When those kind of shots go in and you're the home team, you feel it may not be our night.
He knew it right away.
Don't ever underestimate the skill in this league.
So they changed the net right before the fourth quarter, and that seemed to change the fortunes of the home team because Philly's off and running. Iguodala throws down. It's a 10-point lead all of a sudden. Iguodala, 15 of 23. He had 32. And from the time they changed the nets, the Sixers go on a 20-6 run. Suns down by 7. That game. Suns made this thing probably closer than it really was because they were knocking down shots left and right over the final minute. Nash had 21 and 11, but Suns down 4. Amari Stoudemire can't collect the inbound. Mike D'Antoni can only go to the officials about that. Sixers win it 119-114. Get this for a stat, guys. On the second night of back-to-backs, the Sixers have won 11 of their last 12. What does that say about a team?
Young legs.
Young legs.
Yeah.
Athleticism and pretty hungry.
They shot 57% now. All right, it's first back-to-back losses for the Suns team since mid-December. And, yeah, you look at the Shaq thing. We're 6 games in now, and this team is 2-4 since he arrived. It's still relatively early, but, Rick, what's not working so far?
Well, let's take a look at some numbers that, if you're a Phoenix Suns fan, you're going to find these very disturbing. Let's take a look at the 6 games prior to when Shaq was activated after the trade. Now, they score 118 in the first game, 130 in the second, 103 in the third, 108 in the fourth, 118 in the fifth, and 109 in the sixth. And that's an average of 114 points a game without Shaq. Now, he starts playing. Let's take a look at these numbers. And look at the wide variance here. 124 down to 185. 86 against Detroit in a huge blowout. Up to 127 against a lousy Memphis team. 103 against New Orleans. 114 against Philadelphia. They're scoring 107 since Shaq has come. But the inconsistency has been a major problem. And for me, you know, when you enter a monster truck in a go-kart race it's going to change the way the go-kart races run. And the Phoenix Suns in the last 3 weeks have gone from a team that was so different and so special. Skill, athleticism, probably top 5 or 6 teams in the league in terms of athleticism. Now they're probably down in the bottom third, and they've become a team which we saw tonight, very susceptible to youth, athleticism, and a hungry Philadelphia team.
Well, Sean Marion, the thing that he brought to that team, it wasn't just the numbers. It was the intangibles. He's one of the most athletic players at any position in the league. He guards 4 positions on defense, literally. And playing power forward, he still got you 18 points and 9 rebounds. A guy that can space the floor, make 3-point shots, but also was on the receiving end of a lot of Steve Nash's lobs and passes in transition that they are not able to get now. They're a slower team. They're not shooting the 3 as effective. They're not going to get as many possessions without Marion. When you trade big for small, that's what happens. So ultimately, they felt that they were going to get that from Grant Hill and Boris Diaw. Those guys are playing their roles, but ultimately, they're not the defensive stopper that Marion was. You see a lot of changes in the Phoenix Suns style of play, and therefore you see they're 2-4 with Shaquille O'Neal.
Even skeptics would admit that it's probably too early to write off the Suns as a contender, but it's obviously been an enormous adjustment. Wait, by the way, till you see Carlisle's PowerPoint presentation on the Utah Jazz. That's a little later on. That's good stuff. Here's what's happened to the Suns since Shaq entered the lineup. When they acquired him in the trade, they were first in the West. They're 6th now. Now, granted, the West it's a fluid situation. On a nightly basis, this thing changes, and they're still only 2 back of first, but you start seeing a 6 before name instead of
home loss to Philly is a bad sign.
Yeah. Now on the way, faster than a locomotive, more powerful than the Knicks front line. Dwight Howard goes off. Again, nothing new there. 22 games over 500 at home, 6 under on the road. Jalen and Rick will explain why the Jazz get so out of sync away from Salt Lake. Plus another week in the books, another week's best on the way. Our plays of the week are all queued up and ready to go.
Oh, I can't do this anymore.
Oh, I wish you'd just quit that job.
Bye.
Oh gosh, my job is so rewarding. Girlfriend, I'm about ready to quit that job for you.
You need to get out of here. Well, at least you look good. Those flat front Cheetos are great. Do what makes you happy, Larry. You deserve better than this.
ESPN360.com, your online home for Championship Week. Watch all the drama of Championship Week unfold live. Catch the games you've missed or replay your favorite moments. Log on to ESPN360.com today.
Spare Thoughts with Pete Weber.
People always ask me, why do you wear sunglasses when you bowl? Hey, I don't ask you why you wear an ugly tie to work, do I?
The Denny's PBA Tour Buckeye State Classic tomorrow, 12:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN.
Welcome back to NBA Fast Break.
Something to keep an eye out on out east, I should say. It looks like the Raptors are going to be without Chris Bosh for the better part of the week. Sam Mitchell says Bosh's sore knee will keep him out all 3 games during the upcoming road trip. He left last night's loss to Indiana after just a quarter's worth of work. Pistons seem plenty healthy. Rodney Stuckey getting his first start of his career. Chauncey Billups attending to a personal matter out of the lineup. Stuckey will take that. bump and bucket as he goes coast to coast. And guys, this wasn't much of a game.
And nights like tonight, players like Stuckey get big-time minutes and experience along with Juan Dixon to get the Pistons ready for playoff time.
Nice to have Rasheed Wallace on your side when he hits his first 7 shots, which he did. Then Tayshaun Prince puts Detroit up 16. Prince pushing up top. Jason Maxiell finishing. Pistons by 30. He shot 54%. Knicks and the Magic, Patrick Ewing. He's a familiar face.
P.E.
That was fingers.
Dwight Howard's mentor, and Howard showing what he's learned. I don't think he got that from Patrick, did he?
Patrick has done that once or twice in his career.
Howard with the rebound, the putback, and 1. He had 22 boards. Turkoglu drives.
Spot shadow.
Yes, spot shadow. Everybody collapsing on Turkoglu. That leaves Dwight Howard wide open. Then Turkoglu to Howard one more time. Are you sensing a theme here, guys?
Somebody might want to tell the Knicks defense that man leads the NBA in slam dunk.
7th 2020 of the season for Howard. You got the idea. 26 points, 22 boards. Magic by a ton. So, he became the first player since Shaq during the 99-2000 season to have 7 20-20 games in a single season. It's his 13th overall. Only 4 other players have had more 20-20 games before they turned 23 years old, and you see the list right there. Jazz away from home, and that's been trouble this season. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. Fortunately for them, the road locale was Memphis, Tennessee. Darren Williams behind the back. Check this out. Carlos Boozer. Who shares better than Utah? Brewer at 16. Grizzlies down 12. Rudy Gay heats up. He had 20. Still a game. Less than 6 minutes to go. Jazz up 6. Williams to Paul Millsap. 19 assists for Darren Williams tonight.
And Memphis can't stop anybody, and it's just a matter of time. And tonight, Kyle Korver, after easy for me to say, tough stretch of 4 games, gave them 12 points in the second quarter to give them some real energy.
He had 17 off the bench. Check out the disparity between the two records. This is just in 2008. Now 7-6 on the road. That after a win tonight. They've won 15 straight on their home floor. And if you look at the big picture, guys, the Jazz are plus 22, 25-3 on their home floor this season, minus 6 on the road so far this season. So, Rick, what's behind the Jekyll and Hyde act?
For me, I think the loss of Derek Fisher has been really critical to the Jazz. You know, last year they were a 500-team regular season, which is more than respectable. And don't forget, they go to Houston and actually win a Game 7 on the road to go to the second round. So, you know, you lose a guy with that kind of championship experience and locker room presence, it's going to have an effect on your team. And don't forget, this is a team that's the 4th youngest team in the league now that they don't have him. And one of the characteristics of teams that play great at home and lousy on the road is youth.
Well, I'm not going to make an excuse for him, but I'm going to cut a little slack, and this is why, Coach. If they were 25-3 on the road, that would put them around 65-70 wins, and we don't expect that from the Utah Jazz. Ultimately, when they get to the playoffs, just like they did last year, they will find ways to win, I think, on the road. Just like they did in Game 4 last year on the road against the Houston Rockets, they did the same thing against the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, the good news is if you keep winning at that kind of rate, you don't have to win that many road games in the playoffs.
They'll find a way to get it done. They still have a tremendous season.
Won a series, it'll usually do it. It will. All right, more here. The best of the best for the entire week coming up. Plays of the week are all ready to go. Plus, hoop heroes of all stripes. Only 3 can make the final cut.
Bloodlines are unmistakable. The new Cayenne GTS. Porsche, there is no substitute.
Hey, Guy Fieri here. As host of TV's Ultimate Recipe Showdown, I see great home cooks face off every week. We looked at thousands of recipes, and now the dishes inspired by our champions are all at Fridays. People spent years perfecting these, There's so much going on here. Smokiness, sweetness, big seasoning, big flavor. You gotta check this out. Ultimate Recipe Showdown menu starting at just $8.99. Give me more Fridays.
ABC, your NBA Sunday destination. The premier showcase for the best in the game. New floor leader Jason Kidd looks to spark the Mavs against Kobe's surging Lakers. Part of an NBA Sunday doubleheader. Bulls, Cavs, and Mavs, Lakers. Coverage begins at 12:30.
The madness begins next on SportsCenter. Who hit the dance floor first? The Suns in trouble at home. Could the Spurs rally on the road? Plus the latest free agent moves. Who's coming and going? On SportsCenter next.
Is your business growing and now you need a new and bigger building? Has your organization outgrown their facility and now it's time to expand? Do your hobbies require the need for more space? If you're paying rent, but now you want the advantages of owning, the prospect of financing, construction, and on-time completion may seem out of your reach. General Steel Corporation has the answer. A pre-engineered steel building from the General will not only look great and satisfy almost any need, but you'll save time and money. Our team will help you create your building and deliver it to your location. We offer design services to help you present your concept to board members, bankers, or for fundraising. And the General can even help with financing. General Steel is a name you know, with quality backed by a 50-year structural warranty. Call today and find out how easy it is to have the building you want. You may even save up to $20,000 with rebates. If you need space, you need the General.
We're going to hook you up with an NBA doubleheader tomorrow on ABC. LeBron James and the Cavaliers against the Bulls. Ben Wallace gets to see his old team. A lot of old familiar faces in that one. Followed at 3:30 Eastern Time by Kobe, Pau Gasol, the seemingly unstoppable Lakers against Jason Kidd, Dirk Nowitzki, and the new-look Dallas Mavericks. Coverage starts with GMC NBA Countdown, 12:30 Eastern Time on ABC. All right, guys, it's been a week. It's been a good week.
Very good week.
I would get plays of the week. That's a lead-in. That's what that is. Let's get to it. Slam dunk champs right after it. Fred Jones and Josh Smith.
And I'm a big-time Josh Smith fan. Not only blocks, but steals.
In Jersey, Vince Carter. Oh, he'll tease you with that.
Tantalizingly hung on the rim.
Vincent Lamar Carter.
Is it Lamar?
Yes.
You have that at your fingertips? Why? Wow, look at this. There's LeBron.
Oh, wow.
Kobe's a walking play of the week.
You know, if you mix the Showtime era with Kobe Bryant, you get Shobi.
Shobi. Sausage. That's almost look like the slam dunk. Superman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Except for with a defender, at least theoretically. The Hornets.
Whoa, there's a Superman dunk, too.
Tyson Chandler.
Tyson, go west, young man.
No cape. Bulls and Wiz, Andres Nocioni. Oh, Alexei Petrov. You got to learn.
That could not have happened any better for Nocioni. The guy turned his back. He was almost in submission.
Petrov's teammates have been giving him such a hard time about that ever since. Look at the Lakers. That's Showtime. That's what that is.
The LA Globetrotters.
All right, finally some game winners.
Stevenson. Did I hear Sweet Georgia Brown?
To win it. Dagger! Deshaun Stevenson, apropos, has won it at the buzzer.
Michael Redd for the win.
Oh, baby!
Oh, Bowden! Those are your plays of the week. How about your hoop heroes for a Saturday night? Rick.
Well, Tony Parker back 11 of 16 from the field, 26 points, but more importantly, getting the touchback, hit multiple shots from mid-range. More importantly, got the floater going tonight.
That's right. My hoop hero is a young man from Atlanta, Georgia, Dwight Howard. 26 points, 22 rebounds, 2 blocks, 3 steals. Superman was getting it done, hanging all over the rim against the New York Knicks tonight.
And you know what? It used to never be that you would say that a team came into Phoenix and was the more athletic team than the Suns, but that was true for the 76ers tonight. Andre Iguodala with the great homecoming, 32 points and 5 boards. They beat Phoenix. For Rick and Jalen, I'm Matt. Thanks for being there, everybody. SportsCenter comes your way right now.